Hello all, this is financial statement for a steakhouse. And as you see, it is saying that we are going to put $10,000. And of course, starting a business with $10,000, you all know there was, I don't know if you know, there was a Ponderosa steakhouse in Moorfield. After COVID, they closed it. Just think about if we are going to reopen that restaurant, because sometimes starting a restaurant, requires the equipment, and we have to buy a lot of equipment. But if a restaurant is already there, equipments are there, then maybe $10,000 can get us started, assuming that the owner of the restaurant that closed the restaurant allows us to, rent the place from the press. Do you see lease deposit and first month rent? Therefore, that is $2,500. But suppose think about first month rent as 1,200, then 1,200, suppose 50 for deposit, and then you want some renovations. You need kitchen equipment. Of course, equipments are already there. All you have to do is to repair them, and that's where it is. And you need some initial inventory. You buy food, steaks, and whatever, and then licensing and marketing and miscellaneous. Therefore, that is where your $10,000 that you put goes. Then you need revenues that you are going to have. This is based on a yearly revenues, and a startup here, your $10,000 goes for the startup. Then you have $150,000. You see, if I then $150,000 means that you are selling around $400 a day. Therefore, yeah, sometimes it's a good idea to have a guess. If you are selling $400 a day, that means that if there are 20 customers come, 20 times 20 is 400. Imagine 20 customers come, each one of them pay $20. That is $400 a day. That is $150,000 is sales. And you sell beverages. Restaurants make a lot of money on beverages because the beverages are not expensive. And that's where most of the money is coming, most of the profits. Therefore, that is $200,000 of revenues. Therefore, when we say, then we would say it would be reasonable to say that the people are spending $25 each on the steak. That comes to 200. It means they buy steaks and they buy drinks, many of them. Therefore, the total revenues are $200. We can think about this 200 means $600 a day. That means 30 times 20 is 600. Therefore, think about 20 customers. Each one of them pays $30 on average. Of course, we know some come and buy more, some sell less, and then buy less. $80,000 COGS, cost of goods sold. And most of it, most likely, you have to buy expensive steaks, and that's why it is a lot. Rent $15,000. It is 1 year. Utilities and payroll. Payroll is a little bit, as you know, expensive as employees, assuming that the person himself is working here, marketing, insurance, and projected cash flow. Excuse me. That is where the initial cash comes in, and then $200,000 again cash comes in to the business. That is $220,000. Out of this, the money goes out. You have to pay $10,000 to get things started. You have to buy steaks, expenses on employees. Therefore, $171,000 goes out. Then at the end of the year, you have $39,000 cash staying in the business, which looks good. Therefore, then at the end of 1 year, you have $9,000. Balance sheet is like that. What that means that what you have $39,000 cash after 1 year. You have $5,000 of inventory, your equipment that you bought. Of course, the main equipments are the ones that the owner, that the person who let you have his or her Ponderosa. Suppose those belong to him, but these are what you brought in, and you can take them out. Therefore, the total assets you put in this restaurant is $45,000, and you owe $5,000. Imagine you have bills to pay, and then this is where is your owner's equity, which means that the $10,000 that you brought at the very end at the 1 year turned to $45,000 $500. Of course, when you want to start a business, you have to talk to a business consultant. This is just some ideas it gives you, how things are. Because as you all know, we have not talked about the taxes, we have not talked about, other things, but these are just rough estimate. It's just an idea it is giving you. And make some assumptions. Your rent is $1,250. Therefore, you pay $50,000 of employees. When you have employees, you have other expenses as well. Therefore, I just said these were some ideas, just to give you ideas how a restaurant might work.